Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've done a video. Life's been pretty quiet. I haven't had much on the go. So today is going to be entirely different, and I figured I'm jumping on the struggle bus and I'll bring you guys with me. I'll show you in a bit when I get back home, but about 3 months ago, I noticed every time it rained and our sump pump ran, our basement was damp. So I finally pulled the plywood off the wall, cut the plastic, the vapor barrier, and the guy that built our house had put an 1.5 inch water line, just a plastic water line, up inside the wall from the sump pump to the outside of the house. So I've left that open for a while. It's dried out, had a dehumidifier and everything. So I guess today is the day where we fix that up. The sump pump's old. It's actually got a crack in the housing, so it pumps water out the side of it as well. So we're gonna just update that so we know it's good for a while. And I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to do the PVC pipe and plumb this in properly. No idea how this is going to go. I don't have any experience with this kind of nonsense, but we'll see what we can learn. So we're going to make a quick trip to the local hardware store and see what they got. Well, I'm not going to say we got everything I need, but I think we got a lot of it. So hopefully this will work. We'll see how it goes. I know absolutely nothing about this, so it should be fun. So I'll show you here in a bit what I'm dealing with. First we need a little caffeine. So that's what's going on here. I ripped this all apart here. You can see behind me. The other guy had taken that hose up through the wall behind the vapor barrier and right down the sump pump pits down there. Behind that junk I need to move. So that was leaking in my wall. So about 2-3 months ago I pulled that all out and dried everything out. Everything's good there. So now I got to tape up that vapor barrier again, seal that up, and get some of the plywood back up. I can do the lower sheet there before I pull that hose apart, and then yeah, then I got to pull all that old hose out, the old sump pump, and I got all the stuff to put the new stuff back in there to put it together. So I have no idea what I'm doing here. I've never done that kind of thing, but between YouTube and some luck, hopefully we can get this put together. We'll see how this goes. Alright, we got that taped up. This hose is outside the wall. Vapor barrier is all taped up. I just drag that piece of plywood into place. Gonna screw that in, put all the electrical socket covers back on, and then probably plug the sump pump back in and empty that drain. Put all my screws up here when I pulled this down, so we're really just going to reuse these because we are going to reuse those, but I forgot that's a Phillips bit instead of a Roberts. So I'll be right back. Whoever the genius was decided to use Roberts or Phillips instead of Roberts. It's a special place for him. So I think I'm going to try and put that piece up in there, just bend that hose. It should be okay. And I'll pump everything right dry and take that apart so I can figure out if I can put the new stuff in, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. Really don't enjoy this kind of thing, but I guess we're gonna give it a try. There we go. Let's pop a few screws in that before it falls down on us. Okay, that part's done. Now, before we get too carried away with everything, let's make sure we don't plastic apple. Let's put this cover on so we don't electrocute ourselves in this process. Let's see what we've got to work with here. This is probably a little cheaper sump pump. It's only a plastic base and plastic impellers. Is what it is. I'm not actually too worried about that not lasting. I'm sure metal would be better, but lots of stuff we use these days is plastic. So what do? Same thing here. This plug plugs into the wall. Float switch turns on the power to the main pump. This is designed to sit right down and the water goes in here. Well, that should be pretty easy. Let's make sure we have the proper adapter. Oh, it's designed to screw right in there. Look at that. PVC fits right in there. Ain't that something? Anyhow, I'm gonna go find some lunch and then we're going to sort out what our measurements are and what we need to do to make this all work out. Should be pretty basic. That pump we just drop in there. Got that adapter. We use a short piece of this pipe. And then we'll put in the check valve, so that will give us a nice spot to take this apart if I ever need to change the pump without too much issue. Pull that apart. And yeah. I guess we'll see how that all works out after lunch. Shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. So what we're gonna end up, I cut this short piece now. We're gonna glue it to the piece that goes to the sump pump. Get the check valve in, figure out kind of what the pit looks like, so that once I get to that point, I can just drop the complete unit in there and I don't have to deal with working in the water. That'll give this a little longer to dry as well. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know if that's the right place to start, but I'm going to start putting this together a little bit, kind of sorting out where I'm at, and then pump that right dry and take this old pipe away, see how we do. that's our hole. We gotta get down into that pipe. So I'll take a measurement on how much pipe we need to get down there. That hole's a little bit too small. I'm going to end up having to get a hole saw and make that a little bit bigger. But we bought one of them, so that's okay. And yeah, we'll see what I can do there. Cut that bigger and then take a measurement for how long the pipe we need going down to that tile. And we'll get this all put together. Alright, we got that hole cut through there. We got this pipe just set in here. Nothing's glued together. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna make sure the length is right inside, because I just kind of took a guess. And then once we get it kind of figured out, we're gonna start gluing it together. Would you look at that? It's a perfect length. We're gonna glue the outside together. Come back down, figure out the length of the pipes to the sump. Figure out what I all need there. And we're gonna call it good. Hopefully. So there's over a foot of water in that sump pit, so we kind of want to be getting this done, but I don't think we're all that far anymore. Alright, who wants to find out? It's been about a good half hour now, 45 minutes. Who wants to find out what bad things will happen when I plug this in? I guess, we'll see. That's wet. Well, I don't know what to say to that. I guess it didn't fall apart. Should we go outside and make sure it's okay? Alright, I haven't really shown close up. So we just put that sump pump in there, short piece of pipe, and then the check valve. And then we just ran it up just off the floor a little bit. And then it runs up the the wall and goes out through the house wall and goes into a tile outside. I think all of a sudden we're ready to modify this workbench. We need to cut out a little bracket to go around this pipe now. And I think we're almost ready to clean up this mess and put it all back together, and hopefully this lasts now. It's the next day here. I was gonna record all that, building the workbench and stuff, but I was waiting on my brother last night to come fix something else in the house, and we kind of went ahead and my wife and I just threw it together. So I'm not exactly sure which side. I'd like to put a shelf under one of those sides, just down maybe a foot for smaller stuff. And I also have the proper clamps here for the pipe I installed yesterday. It's ABS, by the way. I think I've been calling it PVC all through this video. It's ABS, my bad. Should have known that. So we're gonna put that proper clamps on there and maybe put that shelf in. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Just a simple little shelf for I don't know, whatever I find to put on it. And yeah, so we got my workbench back. The ABS drain is in there for the sump pump. Doesn't seem to be leaking, so we're gonna call that a win. Never done any of that ABS before, so I hope it's right. I'm guessing it's pretty close. And yeah, I'm gonna hang some tools up here, figure out what I need down here for what I want to do, and sort this area out. But I think we're gonna end this one here, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.